What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next live. Sorry, it took a while longer than I intended to get myself ready or to like set up for what I want to do. And this live is going to be more of a Q&A. It's going to be more of a Q&A because I wanted to like go in depth about this whole karmic situations, right? Because like I was saying in the last live, um, there were a number of comments that were, from people that were triggered by some of the messages that were coming through and how I was addressing karmics. Now, I removed those messages and I honestly don't care, but there was a particular message that prompted me to really like go deep within myself and realize the need to again teach and inspire healing, right? And also because even though the beginning of the message was quite defensive, like this person was coming from a place of attack, within the message there was the clear admission to the fact that they themselves felt like they were a karmic or like they were in a karmic energy, right? And that karmics also play a role and all that. But basically, I think what I'm trying to say is, even though they were coming from a point of defense or a point from attack, I could feel, yeah, a point from of defense, I could feel that kind of like subtle sadness or feeling left out and feeling misunderstood, right? So I felt the need to do this live and this Q&A because I feel like we need to understand that addressing comics doesn't mean like trying to single them out or trying to point fingers or trying to like you know play like a blinky. I don't know, like just like trying to point fingers or something like that, right? It's just the energy that we sit in right now. And also, we do understand, or let me just speak from my own personal point, right? I do understand how we all have played a karmic role in somebody's life at some point. Some of us longer than we needed to. Some of us longer than we needed to because we went through a period of like repeating the things that we were doing and the cycles that were karmic that we ourselves were in. But the difference is that we dealt through those things. We dealt through those karmic toxic patterns to heal ourselves, to go within and like do that deep, difficult soul searching, right? That eye opening and sometimes disappointing realizations of who you really are, or like the energy that you've been working in, not necessarily who you really are, but the energy that you've been working in, right? And how that energy has been toxic in so many ways. So the Q&A, for the questions that you guys can ask, it just should be around healing, releasing yourself from karmic patterns and toxic patterns, understanding the whole karmic nature and how you become part of karmic cycles, and also understanding how, even as you healed, because healing doesn't stop, like even as you continue to heal, you still do some things that are what karmic, or like you fall into some patterns that are still karmic. Even as we continue to heal, or as we continue to heal, we still have karmic traits that we have to what release. Just the fact that we're doing the healing work, or we've ascended and we've gone through various awakenings, doesn't mean that we don't have certain traits that still are influenced by a karmic nature. So I think it's very important to understand all these, and also because, like I was saying, I don't want the teaching to be misunderstood, or the intention to be misunderstood, because the teaching is intended to heal. Okay, so I think the question should be, what are the questions on karmics? So when I say karmics, like whether this could be whether karmic situations, karmic people, toxic patterns. So I think I should put toxicity. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. So um I'm seeing something about Mother Voyager. I've been trying to, okay, let me just sit. I've been standing. So I feel like I can't start to talk about this topic, like karmics and karmic nature and all those things, without first talking about my own karmic past, without first sharing my own karmic past, or like my karmic, yeah, my karmic past basically. Because again, like I was trying to say, the fact that we speak on karmics is not saying like, oh, you know, um, we are perfect, or we've never been karmics, or there's something like karmics and they are, no, it's just because we have dealt through it, right? So the reason why I have this is because this morning, this is what I need to do as part of the work I need to finish, and this is going to be used in making intentional product for self-love for my store. This particular product has been like cooking up for like 21 days, and it's finally ready. And these are basically self-love intentional herbs that I put together for the intentional product on self-love, to bring about energies of self-love, self-worth, um, self-confidence, high self-esteem, to raise the vibration. It's all about love for self, feeling admiration for self, falling in love with self. And I feel like in healing and releasing karmic nature, right? One of the key factors to that is self love. I feel like the reason why a lot of us are still stuck in karmic nature, or when you are in a karmic nature, it's really as a result of a lack of self love. Because when you begin to really love yourself, so like these I'm taking out are just crystals. They've been charging in crystals and the herbs together with other stuff for 21 days. So I'm just like now taking them out so I can put them together with essential oils and add the salt to make the bath salts, and then package them. All right. So it's like, when it comes to releasing yourself from your karmic nature, or from the karmic nature, I feel like the first thing, the first point, the first place to start is self love. Because I feel like the reason why a lot of us are stuck in karmic patterns and in our karmic natures is because we lack love for self. When you lack love for self, your self esteem is low, right? Which means that you operate from a low vibrational space. And when you relate to people, or when you involve yourself with people, all your involvement with them are going to be from what? A low vibrational space. So, in a way, it's like when you want to start, or when you're starting the journey to releasing your karmic nature, right? I guess it will first start with the realization that you are in a karmic nature. Like, it will first start with the realization that you are doing things that is not in alignment with high vibration. And I'll give an example. For instance, what we were speaking about last time concerning um there was this reading I was doing where all this started from, about karmics doing spells on what do you call it, on divine feminines and divine masculines to keep them together. And I was hammering that topic so much, and somebody was saying, you know, karmics are this and this and that, they play a role also. Yes, they play a role, but the thing is, with the healing, if you love yourself and you have high self-esteem, you wouldn't be clinging on to somebody that needs to be moved out of your life, right? But again, with them teaching us a lesson, or them being just teachers that are placed on our path for specific reasons to help us release specific things, right? It's like that is the energy that you're supposed to be in, yes. But for you, for them on their own, they also play a role in their own lives, just like you play a role in your own life to heal yourself. Okay. All right, let me see. What are you making? Pizzas? No, this is not pizza. This is, you know what? Let me bring one for you guys to see. So this is what I am doing. I'm just basically prepping the what do you call it? The herbs. Like I was saying, it's been charging in crystals for 21 days. And then this is specifically for self-love. So basically healing the self-love work, self-worth, raising your vibrations. And it starts like this. But this is a different one. This is a road opener. And this is me, myself, and I, all about love. This is what I'm mixing up now. It's done charging. And so now what I'm doing is, like, basically I'm just going to add a few more essential oils to make the scent more potent. And then I'm going to add the bath salts and put them all together. So I've already blessed this with a candle. I've done candle blessings on it. I'm just taking the crystals out so I can continue. So I'm just making this. You said you're making me hungry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you know, I know it looks yummy. Yeah, and it smells yummy too. But it's just because with today's topic on, like, discussing karma, like karmic releases and how to escape the karmic matrix, I don't have anything to give you guys as visuals, and I have this to finish this morning. So I decided maybe we can do it together, and then there'll be something to see. Okay, so that's it. So again, I was saying I can't go into this topic without speaking also about, like, my own karmic nature, my karmic past, the things that I used to be, right? That were karmic in so many ways. You get what I'm saying? So if I wanted to start really to talk about my karmic nature, it would be like, it would be a long it would be a long thing, right? Because I was never always like this. Even though, like, a certain part of my nature has always been there, like a certain part of my nature has always been constant. But when it comes to, like, me being able to refer to myself as a divine feminine right now, I was never that. I was never that. You understand? I had to become that. I mean, I was already that, but it's like I had to become that. You understand? I had to become that. And the only way I was able to become that was by doing the healing work. And when I went through my awakening, or when I was going through my awakening, one of the first things I had to do was what? Work on my self-love. That was the first thing I had to do, because me coming to the realization of the things that were toxic in my life and the things I was doing in my life that were toxic came from a place of realizing that I was not whole, that I was not doing things right, that I was actually the one at fault, that I was the one that was not doing certain things in alignment. You understand? Okay, Kyle, how many crimes do karmics have to commit before they are arrested while innocent people sit up in prison? I command justice now. Okay, so I'm not sure exactly how to answer that, but I think what I'll say is this. Even with that kind of scenario, right, there's also a karmic reason to it. There's a reason to it, right? But with people that are, for instance, in that energy, they do get the chance to also what repent from it. Like, for instance, if somebody that is innocent is sitting in prison because of something that you did wrong, and you don't go and turn yourself in with some conscience and be like, you know what, I'm the one that did this and I'll take the fall for it. It means you are allowing yourself to what? Create a karmic cycle. And it's not that they don't pay for it. Again, that's why I'm saying you can do something in this lifetime and then you create the karmic report for it. Next lifetime you come, you will reap that karmic debt. You get that karmic debt to pay. That's why it's called a karmic debt. Most of the things that are karmic debt are things that we did in previous lifetimes. And then now in this lifetime, we come to what? Pay those debts. And then there are the debts that what we incur on the daily from things that we do that are part of like our day-to-day life. You understand? Okay, so I hope that answers your question. But about the justice now, what you can do is to take it to the universe by yourself. You can do a petition and demand justice. You can write out a petition to the universe and ask for justice to be done on the situation with the specific details of whatever the situation is. 9/11. 9/11 is also the energy of justice in some ways, yeah. Eve D, how to get out of the karmic matrix. Eve, the first point to start is self-love. Self. When you're trying to get out of the karmic matrix, the first point is self-love. When you begin to love yourself, you will see all the things that are not good for you. And you will realize that usually those things are things that you yourself indulge in. So how to get out of the karmic matrix? Self-love. Start to practice self-love. And I'm not talking about confidence. A lot of people today that are the most vibrant and all those things, and then they're out there and they are, very much in their energy. They are operating from a place of confidence, not from a place of self-love. So let's understand that self-love is different from confidence. Somebody can be very confident, but deep inside not really love themselves. So when you begin to love yourself, your eye begins to open to all the things that are not good for you, because you now begin to realize all the things that you want, all the things that make you fulfilled, all the things that your soul craves, because that self-love is what opens the doors for you to what? Meet your soul, basically. Self-love, it opens the doors for you to meet your soul. I wish you guys could smell this. So I'm sure you've already noticed, like, these are rose petals, and then I have some rose buds in it as well. There's some chamomile, there's sage, of course, a lot of sage. There's some rosemary, there's some blue butterfly pea, allspice, jasmine flowers, lavender, chamomile. Did I mention chamomile already? There's some cloves. There's some ginger powder, just a bit of ginger powder. What else? And there's hibiscus. a lot of hibiscus actually. So I think all the crystal, now I just like going to like mash everything together and just keep like infusing the energy. And usually when I do this, by the time I'm done, I'm filled with like so much love. Like it's like I feel with like so much good vibes. Yeah, so I really love working with herbs. Like I love making products. Okay, sorry, let me get back to the questions. Why are the karmic energies acting up right now? The karmic energies are acting up right now because there's been a major shift in the collective consciousness where the people that chose to do the healing work have been placed on a different timeline that is in alignment with themselves. So a lot of people are beginning to be paired with people of the same vibration that they are trying to get to. So the karmics who are not trying, because the reason they remain karmics are because they're not trying to do the work. They're not trying to do the healing. So now the karmics are feeling left behind because they're seeing that a lot of their partners, a lot of the things that they are used to, a lot of their positions, a lot of the things that used to belong to them are moving away. Those things that raise their vibration. So right now, the people that are unhealed are being triggered a lot to come after the people that are doing the healing work. Not even necessarily the people that have healed, but the ones that are specifically doing the healing work, because they are the ones that were recently in a karmic nature and are trying to get out of that karmic nature. So you have like friends and partners and colleagues and old places, trying to reach out or trying to see what's up with you or trying to reconnect. A lot of that is happening. A lot of that is going to keep happening until you actively decide to release or cut off those that are not meant to be in, or I don't know, I was going to say, or until they decide to do the healing work. But when they do the healing work, they might have to catch up with you or they might not catch up with you. You will be on in a different space, in a different energy. But in some senses, I guess if somebody is doing the healing work and the true thing, yeah, you can end up on like the same, yeah, the same wavelength. I don't know, frequency. Okay. Helena Van der Will says because they are monsters. No, Helena, no, let's not say that. Let's not say that. Again, as we established already, comics also play a role. They are just people that are also just needing to heal. But I mean, I get what you mean from those that are not doing the work. Yes, that's true. But yeah, you know, again, with what I was saying about my own karmic past, a lot of the things that I understand now and a lot of the things that I'm against now, I used to do those things in the past. Like there are things that I speak against now that I have received karma for, or that I know because I myself used to do them and I received karma for it. And the thing is, when you decide to do the healing work, it's not like, oh, you've healed, so that's it. No. When you do the healing work, you still come back to what? You reap the karma. You will still get the karma for what you did somehow, but it's like it's not the same way as it would be if you were not what? Changing or healing, or if you had no interest in changing. Just like she said, some people are just persistent. Some people are just like, they don't want to change from their karmic ways. Like they refuse to accept what, that they are the problem, or that the things that they do are not right. They just refuse. So, in that sense, it's a whole different story. Kylie said, you fire all karmics and cut the cords with help from Archangel Michael to end the karmic cycle. No contract. Yes, you can do that also. Yes. You can ask Archangel Michael to use, you can do like a flaming sword thingy where like you ask Archangel Michael to use his flaming sword to like cut the cords. Yeah, Archangel Michael is quite good at that. Kylie, yeah, that's true. Another thing you can do also, again, if it's people that are, for instance, very close to you and you can't really just cut them off like that, You just distance yourself, laugh from afar, and allow them to fall in alignment. If they do, fine. If they don't, right? It's like this visualization practice where you stand on a pedestal in your own world, and it's like you have the whole world beneath you. And then on your pedestal, you have like steps, and you have like different people that are like climbing the steps to your pedestal. And the ones that are truly like worthy of your energy, the ones that are truly like high vibrational or trying to like do the work, and you just help them close, like you give them a helping hand. It's not like you're putting on your pedestal, no, like closer to you so they remain in your energy still. And the ones that you don't want in your energy is almost like you're just like push that energy back to go down the stairs, like to just like be released from your energy. Kylie said, I don't believe the enemy will reincarnate in New Earth. There are too many divine souls waiting to come through New Earth. Yeah. And a lot of the divine souls that are coming, they are coming to like basically continue their cycles. They're not coming to start new cycles really. They're coming to continue. So like a lot of the high vibrational people that are leaving, they are fast coming back in this New Earth. You understand? Okay, I don't want to miss. Master Voyager said, I've been trying to reconnect with my African roots, but I'm not traditional at all. They are too rigid in it. I feel like I'm not here to follow tradition. What do I do? I don't like the rigidity. Yeah, you know, being a spiritualist is not about being traditional, right? Traditionalism is very, very different from spirituality. Traditionalism is very different from spirituality. And you can have your own practice surrounding the things that you work with and believe in. A lot of people, I feel, uh, think that they have to conform to a certain way in order to be part of a certain order. But spirituality compromises of everything. We literally have access to multiple beings and things that fall higher and lower under a lot of these other things. So it's like, even with like, like talking about lesser gods and stuff like that, we roll with like energies that are higher in power because the vibration is higher. So it's really all about the vibration. You don't have to conform to that rigidity. No, don't do that. You can have your own practice surrounding what you believe in and the things or the energies that you work with. All right, I hope that answers it for you. Yum. Helena, you can't eat this. It has some essential oils in it. I need a bath for my body and hair. Master Voyager. All right, you can check my website, mysticlotuswellnesshaven.com. I would add water and drink it. Oh no, don't do that, please. Yeah, you take your power back and stand on it. Toby YouTube is asking, why is karma reversed? Why is karma reversed? Karma is not reversed. Karma is not reversed. Karma is paid. It's sorted. It is not reversed, right? So like maybe, oh, you did something and then like it can go back like it never happened, or like you release yourself from that energy like it didn't happen. No. There can be the instances or the occasions that bring you the opportunity to redeem yourself, so you can redeem yourself, right, and pay off a karmic debt. Like for instance, maybe you did something surrounding you did something surrounding money with someone, and maybe you caused the person to lose the money, right? And this was your fault, but you refuse to accept it. Okay, all right. A situation can come up surrounding money where you are the one that is put in a position on the other side, and you are giving the opportunity to redeem yourself by letting it go or by doing the right thing. And if you do the right thing, even though it might cause you to lose some money or it might cause you to lose face, that will what? Be a way to pay off that karmic debt. And I think this is a good question. With in relation to what I'm saying, that is why we need to be very mindful of the people that we interact with and who we meet, because some people are literally earth angels, angels in disguise. And when we offer them help, or when we do good things for them, or when we offer them amnesty or kindness, they are able to give us grace that allow us to redeem certain things, and karma can be one of those things. Some people have escaped death because other spirits came to their rescue, like for instance a familiar spirit that is like a pet. So you being good to your pet, like a cat who is also very much present in the spiritual, you being good to your cat and stuff like that, and maybe you did something with somebody in some ways, or something bad is coming to you somehow, and then the goodness you've done for your cat comes back to pay you in good by your cat deciding to sacrifice themselves or facing whatever the sickness was, something like that. I hope I hope that explains your question. Helen Van, we can't get rid of them all. They play a role also, but we can protect ourselves from them. You don't want to become like them. You don't want to become, you don't want to start to resent, right? Instead of resenting them, channel that energy into solutions, channel that energy into empowerment, channel that energy into basically like growing your own energy of like, how do I protect myself? How do I counteract this? How do I stop this cycle? How do I, yeah. Don't focus on the people, focus on the situation. Focus on the situation, not the people. Eve, yes, I want the Most High to help the people who are trying to do it. Exactly, me too. Me too. Imelda, Amara, yes, yes, dear. These are rose petals. They know the loss they're about to be arrested, so they're throwing their toys out of the court. Master Voyager, yeah, if the Most High will do that through you. Exactly. This is why our role as healers and teachers is so important, because it is through us that the Most High is using to help people to heal. It's using to help people to break karmic patterns. It is through our lives, right? Like I was saying about my own karmic story, I've been a karmic in my life. It was my spiritual awakening that what led me to become an more upright person. I always had a big heart. I was always kind and stuff like that. But I had toxic patterns. I had karmic patterns. I did things that were not right. I did things that were not, yeah, divine. You understand? And me becoming this person I am today is to the testament of the Most High. So the Most High is using me to help others to heal also, because if you know my story, or if you were there in my past and you can see me now in the future, it should be inspiration that you know there's a way you can receive whatever you want to, you can basically, you can do the healing work. You understand? And the healing work, or to do the healing work, is the right thing to do. So as we heal and become better ourselves, we help others to heal also, because by healing and by becoming better, we are automatically fulfilling the Most High's plan, basically. Yeah. Yes, rose petals. I don't know. I will have to like go all the way down and whoa. Yeah. I'm sorry. I want to go down because I don't want to miss, because this is a Q&A. I don't want to miss the questions. Helena, I will not call that. Yes, please. Yes, darling. Yes, yes. Yeah. Comics are definitely like our shadow side. Not like our shadow side, but like a shadow image. right? So imagine if somebody was mirroring you, right? Like they say your partner mirrors you, right? But your partner is mirroring you in a way of light. Even though they might bring out your shadows or show you your shadows, it's in a way of light, right? Because the light is what casts a form on the shadow, or is the light in the light is where you can see the shadow. But when it comes to karmics, it's like, yes, they are more of a shadow reflection in the mirror, not from light, but from the dark side. That is why they serve as lessons for us to learn, for things for us to heal, because we kind of attract some of these karmics also. Even though some of them are just aligned with us to help us heal and grow, we ourselves also kind of attract some of these karmics by ourselves, you know? So we need to be honest in that sense. The things in your life are kind of a reflection also of who you are or who you've been sometimes. So in the point of who you've been, that is just you going through the cycle of those things being released, which means eventually at some point those things will not be in your energy anymore. They won't bother you anymore. They will be totally removed from your energy. So I guess the lesson here would be, instead of, like, again, feeling like the victims, we should be looking at it as, what has this person taught me in this situation? What has this person, what wisdom or what guidance have I received from dealing with this situation with this person? You understand? And I feel like in doing this, we are telling the universe that there's a lesson that we're needing to learn here. That's the reason why this is happening. This is not happening because of something we did. It's just because there's something there that we're needing to learn. And now we are ready to learn that. And we receive the guidance on whatever lesson it was that we're needing to learn. And that's just like that. Boom. We're put on a new trajectory. Trajectory. Found another piece of crystal. So I think I put about, I don't know, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pieces of crystals. And 5 of them were rose quartz. And then there's white calcite, there's amethyst, there's pryanite, there's selenite, there's smoky quartz, and citrine. Those are the crystals, or some of the crystals, that I charge this particular product with. Yeah. Okay, back to the questions. It's true. I was a narcissistic in my past, so I came back to be narcissistic mother. Yeah, Master Voyager, you get it. You get it. You see? Yeah, yeah. I help them, like, yeah. I got too much, separate from them, lead from a distance. Exactly, Andrea. You can lead from a distance. Yeah. Let me go and see. Yeah, Kylie. Helena, I'm grateful to be here also. Right here, right now, in this time. It's a lot of fear mongering. Family deities will do this or that if you don't appease them, blah blah. First of all, I am God too, so any spirit I work with is a peer, not my Lord or Master, is how I see. And that's exactly how it is. And that's exactly how it is. That's why we need to, like, be powerful and formidable in our ways. That's why we need to release karmic traits and karmic ways, because this is what allows us to clean our slate, so that there aren't things to hold on to, use to string us in on the wrong side, you know. And you have a lot of people in the Ifa that's, like, do these, like, animal sacrifices and stuff like that. But the thing is, do you realize that some of those animals are, like, the animals also have souls? Like, do you know their karmic pattern, or do you know what their cycle is here on earth, to use them for that? And I don't think most of them even, like, speak to the animals about what they're doing, or, like, seek their permission, or, like, do any kind of, like, when they say the halal and the haram, right? And in the butchery, when you kill, I think, is it a cow or a goat, the Muslims, our Muslims brothers and sisters say it's like how the animal is butchered is very important because it affects the animals, the whole thing, and then also the animals afterlife or something like that. If you know it, you can put it in there. Hello, Star Flame. Am I seeing you late? Yes, we need to ask our ancestors for help. That's how it goes. Pretty K. I try hard to be good with my mother-in-law, but whenever she comes in front of me, I feel very irritating. How can I break this energy? Well, if you have consciously tried, or if you are consciously trying to be nice, but when she comes, you immediately, that is not you, that is your spirit. That is your spirit reacting to her, because your spirit knows what you don't know. So even though your human self and your immediate self, you know that you don't have anything against her and you don't want, your spirit knows that maybe she harbors a certain feeling about you, or so maybe instead of trying to fix it, trying to go within, maybe pray about it or ask your spirit to reveal to you the reason why you feel that way when you are around her. Instead of trying to control the energy, ask your spirit to show you why, you know, you feel that way around her, to reveal to you the reason why you feel that way around her, and see what comes up. Pretty K, gut issue. Yes, I mean, I would recommend a holistic way. You can look at a holistic way of doing this, a natural way of doing this. I know, like, there are shooters that are for the guts and doing gut cleanses and stuff like that. Anyway, I am not a doctor, so I won't advise on health issues, but always my immediate answers would be nature and holistic, right? So look into some holistic ways of healing this, and also look into grains, fresh foods. There are some fresh mixes that I believe can help with that, right? How many years exactly? Yeah, Andrea, a long journey but rewarded in the end. Exactly. Exactly. My life right now is, again, my life is just a testimony. My life is just a testament to the works of God, honestly. Master Voyager is giving you some tips, pretty. Read that. Yeah. Bad decisions. There you go, making bad decisions again. No, it's not food. That's funny. Let me just come down to this thing quickly. He was my James, aka said, I never met my birth father, was caused rejection and abandonment issues. He was Jamaican, aka Jimmy from England. The karmic ex was James, aka Jim from England, who rejected and abandoned me. Same lesson. Oh, sis. Yeah, yeah. Same lesson, different person. Same lesson, different person. Bad decision. Bad decisions. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to. Even though, I mean, good decisions would sound better, right? Yeah, good decisions would definitely sound better than bad decisions. Exactly. Words are spells. That's true. Words are spells. Master Voyager, I've seen water appeasement, pouring animal blood in the water and the entire animal to swim around and drown. Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah. Yes, we can do bloodless offerings. Yes, that's so true. It's what's in your heart. That is so true. What we should be doing is to go to these water bodies and clean them. We're supposed to be cleaning these water bodies is one thing that would be something that the mother would really love, the ocean would love. And I think all water children should take that initiative. Like, let's start to, I think, yeah, I myself, I have a karmic nature of not carrying out certain things or certain tasks because they feel bigger than me, and then I begin to feel so small than it. This is something that I'm needing to deal with, and it's one of the things that puts me in a karmic cycle of sometimes undermining myself, or sometimes not carrying out not like not carrying out, but like sometimes not, and I don't want to use opportunities, but just basically putting myself out there or doing the best that I can do. Doing that 200, well, not like 200%, but like 100+%. And then end up doing like 70%, you know? And that's not good enough. So personally, that's something that I need to deal with. Toxicity is a dope record, but still, this album will always be dope. I don't know what that means. Pretty K, is there any specific way to talk to your spirit? You can, there isn't a specific way. There is no one specific way. Because your spirit, first of all, the way they communicate with you is not how they communicate with somebody else. They will communicate with you in a way that you can understand, in a way that you can receive, right? So it will be in how you understand. Now, that means that in establishing communication with them, you now becomes the one that decides or creates the mode of communication that works best for you. And in doing that, you might have to try, no, you will need to try different ways, right? You will need to try different ways, different things. Like, for instance, you can use water and meditation to talk to them, where you put a bowl of water, right? You put like a bowl, some water in a bowl, and you just put the bowl of water in front of you, and then you can just like stir into it. Some I'm seeing something like making like a ta, and then getting like a ripple effect, and then staring into that, and as the ripple effect go, you just sit in meditation. Another way also to do it is basically just sitting down and call out to your spirit guides, because they're always around you, and then you can ask them to give you signs and start to do things to show you they're around. So you can start with that, right? You just openly call them and then let them know that your intention is to establish communication, and then you start to ask for the things that you want to see as signs of them, and you wait for the signs, and you pay attention to the signs. So yeah, rose petal. Okay, for the last 4 years. Okay, pretty key. Um, I know there's, I know there's a, yeah, there are things for the guts that are holistic. I mean, natural. Same name, same country, same lesson. Yes. That outdoor dude. Are you making tea? No, I'm not making tea. I'm not making tea. I'm prepping herbs for salt bath, for spiritual bath. And this particular herb, the one I'm prepping, these herbs, the intention for these herbs are like basically to use for self-love work. So these I'm going to be using for self-love intentional products. Specifically, my Love Bliss self-love oil and my Me, Myself, and I self-love bath. And the reason why I chose to do this is because that's what I'm working on this morning, and because the intention of this work is self-love. And again, like I was saying in the beginning, when you want to start with releasing the karmic nature, self-love is the first thing. You start with self-love. When you go through your awakening, you realize that you need a lot of self-love to embrace who you are fully. Okay. I think it's a spiritual bathroom. Yes, yes, it's a spiritual bathroom. Thank you. Yeah, trust the process. Kylie says that story you channeled with the king and two divine lovers was me, my twin flame, and the demon is this lifetime my twin flame is my investigator, and we are arresting both our exes and their wow. Yeah, yeah. You know, the karmic cycles have really come all the way around. Karmic cycles have really come all the way around, because I feel like in 2025 we're going to be seeing a lot of karmic cycles closed out. A lot of karmic cycles closed out. Mm. Spiritual about the sea. The sea is very dangerous. Well, it can be, but we don't want to. It's very dangerous. Let's just say the sea is very healing. First of all, that's what we'll say. The herbs will help, but I see the root of your tummy issues being emotional healing. Heal the sacral chakra through massage and meditation. Okay, that sounds quite good. Yeah, Master Wager, that sounds quite good, because with the gut, that's just, yeah, possibly could have some connections there with the sacral chakra around that area. Okay, okay. All right. Yeah. X, Lilith is my X is the devil, my X game, my favorite S is 8, comma. Wow. Okay. All right. So again, I think that's the end of the questioning. So I'll just go back to with exiting the karmic matrix is like, first, I guess it starts with the awakening, right? But let's be clear, not everybody that goes through the awakening does the healing work. Okay? A lot of us are called to awaken. The awakening happens, but not everybody answers the call to the to wake up from the matrix, or to decide to do the healing work so they can exit. Why? Because it's not something that is easy. It's something that is very difficult. It's something that goes deep. Like, it's like you're basically uprooting like years of trauma. And for those that are coming to break generational cycles, you can imagine, right? So this is not something that you can just, it's not an easy thing. So for a lot of people, that's why a lot of people are walking around as spiritualists and I'm this and I'm that, but they don't really understand what that nature is. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of soul searching, and that soul searching will bring about a lot of things. That is the reason why healing is continuous. Healing is a continuous process, because every day you're shedding. And again, like I was saying, today it could be something that creates karma because of something that you did, from something that is going to, like, bring about the karma in a week or this, or it could be something that you're doing now on a major scale that is going to be what, that is going to come around and haunt you in the end or in the next life. So it's really all about, I guess, using that realization to heal the things that obviously are the karmic trait. And as you do that healing work, you are guided to what, do more healing work. But the thing is, it gets better, you could say. It's not always as painful. It doesn't remain as painful. It doesn't remain, I guess, as difficult, or it doesn't remain. it gets better, it gets easier, because even though certain results might not come in instantly, right? And again, it's not about instant gratification. So that shouldn't even be in your mind when you're doing your healing work, right? Even though those things don't come, some things don't come in instantly, you do get the, like, you eventually get those things that remain become constant in your life. Like your peace becomes constant, your energy, right? Your your focus on the journey, your mentality, the energy that you cultivate from just the healing that you do, from just that realization and acceptance, changes a lot. You understand? So I feel like there's a need to understand. That's what I was saying in the beginning. It's like saying somebody is a karmic, for instance, in videos where we're obviously speaking about things that are being done that are wrong, like somebody trying to do, like, with all these, like, spell work on somebody else's because the spouse is leaving, because they're not there. That's obviously, I mean, why would that be right in any way? Okay, why would that be right in any way? So that is obviously just speaking of somebody that is refusing to do the healing work, somebody that is refusing to basically allow themselves to heal and to rid themselves of whatever this energy is, or whatever the things are that allow them to stay in this karmic pattern. And again, like I was saying, to do something like that, I don't know, it's like you must not love yourself enough to do something like that just to keep somebody, to feel like, I mean, why would you think that's the only, I don't know, like, if somebody that wants to leave you cannot be the only person that you deserve in this world, or cannot be the only person that is available to you, right? Because obviously this person is trying to leave, which means the person is not available to you. You understand? Okay, let's see. mm, Kylie and Helena. Yeah, I bet I can't wait to get the next speech. There is none in Texas. Okay, I have no idea what that's about, but yeah, let's continue. So, I feel like, for instance, in relation to what this lady was saying in her comments, even though, like I was saying, it came off as defensive, as an empath, I could feel the sadness behind it, right? So, there are those people that are trying to exit the karmic matrix. There are those people that are seeing how they themselves attribute to the things that, I guess, are causing certain negative experiences in their lives, or to the things that are bringing about negative experiences to them, right? And for whatever it is, or for whatever the reasons were that caused them to do these things, they are obviously trying to change from that, or like trying to remove themselves from that energy. And in doing so, they they automatically are removing themselves from karmic cycles, right? So that's what I'm saying. Even as you are doing the healing work, right, you can still be in a karmic nature, or there can still be karmic things that basically are influencing your life. But that's why the healing is every day. So you continue to what? Do those things that will help you to what? Release those karmic natures. And again, that's why, again, with the self-love, it's like with the self-love, there's going to be so many times where it is broken down to be reestablished, and broken down to be reestablished, and broken down to be reestablished. You understand? And every time it's broken down, it will be broken down to be reestablished, because what? You have become better, or because you have learned one lesson. So it's like you unlock another stage, or you've learned one lesson, so you are able to, like, come up and, I don't know, I guess, learn a new lesson, or something that is, I don't know, I guess, going to help you to evolve to the new phase. So in some ways you can call these like mini ascensions, but not exactly like ascensions, but just for lack of a better word, right? Or just ascensions and awakenings. And that's the thing. You don't just go through an awakening and that's it. You don't just go through an awakening and then it's like, oh yeah, now I'm awakened and now I know. No. You still go through multiple awakenings. Even after an awakening, you still go through like multiple realizations. You go through multiple awakenings, just like how you go through multiple ascensions. And every time you awake or every time you ascend, you reach a higher consciousness. You reach a new level in consciousness. You reach a new space in your healing, right? Yeah. Free, free. Free Ankh star, free. Free Ankh. Free, free. Ankh Uja Seneb. Ankh Uja Seneb to you, sister or brother. Kylie and Helena, guys, please be considerate of the chat space. It's not really, especially on this topic, not to, have personal back-to-back conversations. So please kindly respect the chat space. Let's keep the personal back-to-backs limited so that others also, because I just kind of like almost lost every other one in there just seeing the two of you back-to-back with. Please be respectful of the chat space. Let's try and keep the topic of what we're speaking on. Hi, Laura. And Ga, what is she breaking down in that pan? Oh yeah, herbs. If you didn't see from the beginning, then maybe you should start from the beginning of the live, because then you can see how it was when I started. Now I'm just breaking it down to mix up everything together so I can add some more essential oils, and then I'm going to put in some fragrance oils before they are bagged. And these are for my intentional product, specifically the self-love product. Yeah. Um Free sister oracle, give thanks for your spiritual. I'm very grateful. Yes, thank you. I'm truly grateful. It has brought me a lot of healing. It brings me a lot of healing every day, and it's like the honestly, without the practice, only God knows. Karma is pseudoscience. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. W, can you put what does that mean? Can you please help me understand that? I don't know what that means. Please share insight in taking ex-partner back to court for actions, non-action towards children. Um, can you please be a bit more specific, Patricia? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're asking or what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. So now it's like mashed up well enough. Well, not well enough, but I'll still be. So I'm going to put some essential oils. That's outdoors, dude. I might have got kicked out, but I like the life. Did you get kicked out? I don't know. If moderator, if moderator kicked you out, then yeah, you must have been. I don't know. You may have said something in the chat, and if the audio keeps glitching out, it's because I have this thing on a stand, and honestly, I don't know why. I was just about to try and explain, but I don't know why. I didn't do it, not in this live. Oh, okay. Yeah, so there she is. Again, if she will have a good reason for whatever she did. Oh, so yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking I may have been in the other life. Yeah, Kylie, good lawyer, prayer for judge of the highest white light. Good lawyer, prayer for judge of the highest white light. Is this to answer the question from, I think, I don't know. Yeah, something about the case. Okay, that sounds about right. All right, guys. I think I'm going to put the. You believe God is ultimate? Do I believe God is ultimate? Hmm. I just heard I believe Source is ultimate. I believe Source is ultimate. So if Source is God, God is ultimate. Source is ultimate. God is a manifestation of Source. And who Source is right now, I won't tell you I know. I do not know. Okay. Now we can put some more essential oils. So again, I already put some, but this is eucalyptus. And again, on that self-love note, so why does Source make evil in the world? Source didn't make evil. Source just made all things. Things evolved. How things became, things became. Please, we are not the victims, and let's stop blaming God and Source and this. Why did they do this? You have been evil at some point in your life. You have been bad at some point in your life. It serves a purpose from something that was formed of who you were, a nature. You understand? Would that be a result of the mother that gave birth to you? Right? Would that be the result of the mother that gave birth to you, that they gave birth to an evil child? No. Because for all you know, that same mother has 12 children and it's just one that has that attitude. So what about the rest that are good? So again, it's just, we need to understand, like, let's not. Child support, back to court. Uh, Back to court. 444. Stability, security. Why do you need to go back into the court? If you already went to court and the issues were already issued on what needs to be done, what you need to do is to manifest what was asked to be done. Unless a decision, or I don't know how it goes, like the judge decide that they pay child support and a certain amount and they are not paying. If that decision has already been made, then you pray on him fulfilling that decision that was made. You don't go back to the courts to put yourself in that strain again. Focus your energy on yourself. Focus your energy on your magic. Don't get distracted and start to drag yourself back to court. Again, this is only if the case hasn't been finalized. But if it's been finalized and they've been told what needs to be done, then pray on getting them to fulfill what needs to be done. With that, you can pray to Mama Yamaya, that's for sure. You know what I'm saying? For it to be done. Santa Muerte is also good at that. Things that have to do with children and mothers, these are the ones that you call out to. With the ones that are in the Christian society or the churches, you can use Mother Mary for that. You understand? So as a mother, you hold a lot of power, because the abundance is like when you have a child, abundance is created also for your offsprings. Do you understand? So if this person has already been taken to court and it's been ruled on that they're supposed to give you something, you should be doing the work or praying on them fulfilling it. That should be the focus, not on going back to court for them to be told again what they were told the last time. Hello, Radno. Hi. Hello. Okay, so let me just, yeah, we've been off topic for a bit. Let me go back into it. I was saying about how in releasing yourself from the karmic matrix or leaving the karmic matrix, self-love is the first thing, right? So I'll give another example of how, like, I would hang around with people that were just like acquaintances, or should be just acquaintances, but these were people that I called friends and stuff like that, right? So these people were people not that were not really friends. Like, for instance, hanging around people that obviously don't like you and just want to still remain in that energy. That's not operating from a place of self-love. Self-love teaches you to value your own energy and value your time, to go to the places where you want to be, not necessarily because you're being dragged there, and to even refuse to be in places you don't want to be. Why? Because that is how you exercise your self-love. You prioritize your needs, you prioritize the things that are good for you, the things that are good for your spirit. But I guess, unfortunately, with people that stay in karmic loops, they keep prioritizing things that they want instead of things that they need, like things that would make them feel good without thinking about the repercussions, right? Because again, when you're doing the healing work, there's nothing like instant gratification in the beginning. Like, you will have to, and I feel like you will have to do the work. And I feel like a lot of people also come into spirituality thinking that, um if I become spiritual, everything is going to be good. Let me just use some crystals, let me do this, let me just do that, like the spiritualists do, and I'm going to be. You can use as many crystals as you want. If you're not allowing the healing, if you're not investing in your energy in a high vibrational way, you will not see those results. If you're doing, I'm all spiritual, but you're still sleeping with somebody's husband, you are still a karmic person, right? You're still repeating a karmic cycle. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. Starflame, I hear readers talk about spiritual court. What's your view on that, and how does it play out in our karma? Oh, okay. Okay, so with spiritual court, right? Spiritual court, how does it play out in our karma? Spiritual court, as I understand it, spiritual court is usually held for high-ranking spiritual beings, right? And other spiritualists or other spirit beings or I don't know, like high energetic beings or high, yeah, beings, other, let's say, healers and spiritual practitioners. Do you know what I'm saying? And it is held, I guess you could say, like, in a case where, but in a case where, like, for instance, something to do with, again, two spiritual beings or two highly ranking spiritual beings, you understand? But with karma, okay, karma, that happens with everybody. Not everybody is taken to spiritual court, but karma visits everybody. Spiritual court doesn't visit everybody. I hope I'm explaining this well. So spiritual court happens usually in the case where there's something involving multiple high-ranking souls or high-ranking beings. And then spiritual court has to come in, because this is something that is almost like, it's like if two cosmic beings had something going on here on earth and it was affecting things on an energetic level, there would have to be some kind of spiritual court to sort whatever that thing is, so that the energy can be cleared. This might be because one person is doing something to the other, or because both of them are doing things to each other. You understand? But with karma, karma is just basically what goes around comes around. That's it. There's bad karma, there's good karma. And I know some people say it's called dharma if it's like good karma, right? So There's the good side, there's the bad side, but basically karma is what goes around comes around, right? So I don't know if this gives you clarification, but this is exactly how I understand spiritual court, and in relation to how it plays a role in our karma. Yeah. So if spiritual court brings you karma, you must be a highly spiritual being or dealing with another very highly spiritual being also. 9:11 on my time, 9:11 a.m. But yeah, karma will come to you, however small you are in spirit, however big you are in spirit. I like that first love is the first thing. Yes, first love is the first thing to releasing yourself from the matrix, from the karmic matrix. Yeah, to specify. Patricia, I heard you mention before not to take your ex-husband back to court for child support. If I heard correctly, please share insight. Yeah, Patricia, I was saying, or I was asking and saying that are you taking this person back to court for something that was already ruled on, or are you trying to take them to court to get this ruling? If you're trying to take them to court to honor an order or a judgment that was already passed, that is a lot of energy that you are distracting yourself to use. Focus that energy on yourself and focus the energy of trying to get guidance on if you should take them back to court into actually having them fulfill those things. You understand? Instead of taking them back to court just to have the judge repeat to them after I don't know how many weeks it takes for these kind of proceedings. To tell them again the same thing. And I don't know what happens if they don't honor the second judgment. I hope it's not something drastic like they have to arrest them or something, because that's the father of your child also. They shouldn't be put in a certain position because they don't want to pay child support. But if they are intentionally not trying to pay it, you can, for instance, go to the mothers, go to the primordial mother energies. You can even speak to water to help you. You understand? That's why I was saying Yamaya, Yamoja. You can speak to the Mother Mary if you're a Christian or if that's where you play. You know what I'm saying? Santa Muerte also. All right. So if there's any clarification on what exactly it is, you can just let me know. But otherwise, I hope the answer helps. Helena, only idiots are karmic. Come on, Helena. Helena has been doing well. I thought we were done calling karmics names. Okay. I call them names sometimes, but because sometimes I get too passionate. But let's refrain from calling karmics names, or the people that we think are karmics name also. Like let's refrain from being mean to them. I think I myself have been mean to karmics a lot in my last few lives. That's just because I've been so triggered. I mean, except for the ones that are doing the bad things like the spell work and oh my goodness, like why do you do that? Like why do you do that? I don't understand some people. Why do you do that? Just live your life and be happy. I don't know. Man. Kylie, they go to spiritual court first, then court in 3D. Not everybody that goes to spiritual court goes to court in 3D. Spiritual court can happen and people will be paying out the judgment of spiritual court, but not go to any 3D court. And spiritual court judgment can affect the next life. It's not something on this thing. You understand? So the fact that you get judged in spiritual courts doesn't mean that you go to a court in 3D. You understand? Okay. Kylie, yes, a karmic is an unhealed person. We have all been there. We have all been there. We have all been there. Yeah, the war has been won in the spiritual world, and now we're wrapping it up in the 3D. As above, so below. Yes. Oh yeah, Star Flame understood. Great, thank you. Mana Khan, Mana. Hi Mana, how are you, Mana? Mana. Mana. Sounds like a nice name. Mana. Mana, what does your name mean, if I may ask? What does your name mean? Kylie, understood. I don't understand. I don't stand under any person, place, or thing. Okay, Kylie. Yeah, you can definitely take them to court for that. Money laundering, theft, yeah, that's definitely 3D court can deal with that. Sue them all. W, what are you mixing? I'm mixing herbs. So these were whole herbs. I've been mixing and breaking them down to smaller pieces, just prepping them to make oils and baths for self-love, to make intentional product. Yeah, the elements are not feeding into some things anymore. The elements are not feeding into some things anymore. And that's another thing, you know. When it comes to the spiritual side, that is where I think that is where it's just sinister. To be karmic on the spiritual side is just sinister. Eucalyptus. To be karmic on the spiritual side is sinister. You know, in the 3D, I guess you can say if you're not awakened, or if you're just doing the healing work, or you're just starting the healing work, and then there are things that you might still do that you might still do that are of the karmic energy, right? And yeah, on the 3D side, but on the spiritual side, like doing dark magic on people and like trying to block people and all those things, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Now those are the things that they could take you to spiritual court for. You see, those are the things that they can take you to spiritual court for. So these are essential oils I'm putting in now, right? So there's geranium, there's ylang-ylang, there's eucalyptus. This is bergamot. And then the last one is going to be lavender. W, what herbs are important if I want to mix for myself? It depends on what you want to mix for. So what do you want to mix for? Like, what do you want to mix for yourself? What's the intention for the mix you want to make? And I will recommend some. Let me see. I think I'll put the lavender. Okay, now let me just put so I can do it all at once. One more for lavender, because why not? Lavender is perfect for healing, doing self-love work, doing trauma healing, emotional release. It is perfect. Like, lavender is great for healing work and self-love work. It's great for de-stressing also. I'm sure you guys know this about de-stressing work. So now I'm just going to mix. Starflame says women are waiting around for men to leave their karmics, calling the karmic the third party. Wouldn't they be the third party since they are the ones outside of the relationship? You see, thank you for this question. This is exactly what I mean by you can still be healing and be in a karmic nature, or like have karmic patterns. Okay, so let's just take this again. Women are waiting around for men to leave their karmics. Now, if you are waiting around for the man to leave the karmic, if the man is with the karmic, that's another story. right? Because again, to leave the karmic matrix, you have to love yourself. So it starts with self-love. So if you are rather waiting for him to leave the karmic, what does that say about you? It means you're lacking in self-love to sit with this or to allow this. Self-love work needs to be done because that's a karmic trait. That's a karmic trait. So yeah, 100%. Yeah, thank you. That was a very good question. Uh, W, intention is healing and regrowth. Oh, okay. For healing and regrowth, you can put these down. If you're trying to mix in herbs, I always say go for a salt bath. So you can do these, and then with these ingredients, you can make a salt bath if you have the ingredients. So for healing and regrowth, we're looking at rosemary. Rosemary is really good for healing, for cleansing, for releasing like stagnant energies in the spirit, from the aura. It is good for purification also, but also it helps with clarity, like releasing the mind, releasing the energy. That's why it's good for aura work. So rosemary, yeah. Would be good for the regrowth. Sage, you can get the loose sage. Sage is also very good for restart, like freshening up, like clearing out the energy to like start anew or start something new. So sage, rosemary, cloves, sage, mugwort. Mugwort is also very good for healing, and it is very calm also. So if you are somebody who has anxiety or stress and those kind of things, you can add mugwort to make the healing process much milder or much easier. Who else would I add? Lavender, definitely lavender should be one of them. So yeah, with these you can actually, just with these 5 things. Another one is lemon. With the essential oils you can get some lime. Lemon is really really good for purifying. It's good for healing, for releasing trauma. Okay, and another, okay, what else? For regrowth, dandelion also. Either the dandelion roots or the dandelion leaves. Ashwagandha root also. Ashwagandha root is good for strengthening, it's good for grounding. So for regrowth it will be very good. Motherworth also. Motherworth for the regrowth. That will be also good. And yeah. Yeah. You can also add allspice. And then you can add a bit of ginger. Ginger is good to like heighten the manifestation or the energy of the work. Oh yeah, I hope that helps. I hate seeing that amongst the community and tarot readers keeping women stuck waiting for men to leave comics. This I know, right? It's like, yeah, that's that. No, that's not. No, 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 no. If he is still with the comic, he wants to be there. He is choosing to be there. Unless maybe the comic is doing like spell work or something on him and then it's working, right? Otherwise, if the man is not leaving, you should know that no, no, you can't wait on that man. You can't wait on that man. If it's even a matter of a decision or choosing, then you should already know that he has chosen his place, or it's just not ready to choose you. So you choose yourself and exit. Yeah, when we heal, it helps our twin flame or higher level soulmate with their healing. Yes, it does. W, you are most welcome, always welcome. Yes, Kylie, when we heal, we help our divine counterparts to heal, and then we come into union with them. So when you're doing the healing work, you actually attract the person that is meant for you. You understand? That is why it takes so much work, because it's not just about you. there's somebody else. I mean, if you have a divine counterpart, there's somebody else that's attached to you that also receives from your energy, and you both have to be an energetic match for for each other. You can't be in a low vibration and then your partner is in a high vibration. Like, you are not an energetic match for each other, right? Even if you are made for each other, it can be a situation of right person, wrong time, because they have not done the healing work yet, or they are not doing the healing work yet. So you guys are not yet an energetic match. But by you choosing yourself and choosing to do your healing work, you what? Allow this person to also feel that healing, because you guys are connected. And now they will be what? Magnetized to you, because you are now vibrating on the same frequency. Okay. All right. Helena, I just have to build our legacy. Do that, yes. Yeah, we are mirrors to each other. So we are one. Exactly. Even in comics with their comic nature. Chosen Big Dog Tarot. Hi. Hello. Hi, brother. Connected as Star Flame. Choose yourself always. Yes, choose yourself always. Because when you choose yourself, you will inspire others to choose themselves. And in them choosing themselves, you choose each other. You understand? Because what if you're choosing the best things for yourself, then that means anybody that is coming to experience you will experience the best things. And that's how it should be for all of us. Kylie, yes, exit stage. Exit stage left. That's why you have to overstand. A mass balance, yeah. When we are vibrational match, we align with our life partners and spiritual inheritance for all our life. Yes. Yes. You know, so many. Hi. Can I call you back, please? Like, I'm doing use the number to. Can you text me with the number? Okay. So okay, I will need to call you back. Guys, can you just give me a minute, please? 1 second. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I'm listening. Hello. All right. Sorry, guys. I had to. Yeah, that was not my delivery as I expected, but yeah. Guys, are we back on? I don't know if we are back. I don't know if we are back live, but it's freezing and the audio is messing up. Yeah. Oh, we're back. Thank goodness. Okay. I'm going to put some hyssop oil. Hyssop is great for cleansing, releasing, but I put just a bit. I don't put a lot. Then Rose of Sharon. Oh, this is like the oil from the. So yeah, yes, throw the brick at who? Wow. Helena, what's up? What's up? Helena, I think Helena is having a hard time dealing with these comics in her energy. Sorry, Helena, like Don't allow them to stress you out. Just don't allow them to stress you out. Okay, just yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to put fragrance oils. Usually for this I put French vanilla fragrance, but I haven't been able to get French vanilla in a long time, and so I'm blending two. That's mango passion. Wait, let me just mango passion and bubblegum. I'm blending mango passion and bubblegum to get like a much softer, sweet, subtle aroma, like sweet, sweet. Mm. Okay, so I feel like another thing that needs to be addressed when we speak of karmic energies and karmic nature is how staying in the old energies or staying in, yeah, with old people, old environments, just repeats the cycle. Like it doesn't allow us to leave the cycle. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we are constantly like influenced by those old things or by those people and their energy, right? That we are not able to just like really get out of that energy. So it's like when you're doing the healing, like, I feel like one of the main things is to really like analyze the people you're around, your environment. And for me, that was one of the toughest things for me, you know. I was literally like the Miss Goody Two. Well, not actually not like that, but let's leave that out. I was like the social butterfly, like out there, party, chill, go out, do trips. That was me, that was me. And then when I started to like really find myself and start to choose myself and up my self-love, and I started to like be like, you know what, let me really get to know myself and build the life I want to love for myself. And I started to like do more serious things. Like I remember there was a point when I started doing events, and then I saw how the people around me were just interested in the party, interested in just coming to have a good time. They weren't interested in pushing anything or helping out. Like they weren't interested in, they just basically weren't interested. It's like they just wanted to party really. Even though some of them were doing other things, it's like, yeah, I mean that's how it should be, but it's like it wasn't like a supportive or inspirational or motivational group or environment. And so I had to what? Remove myself from that energy. And it was very difficult, It was very difficult because I remember at some point I used to go out every night. At some point I used to be at the club every single weekend. I used to be at the club every single weekend. And at some point I was just keeping up because I wasn't enjoying it anymore. It wasn't enjoyable for me anymore. And eventually when I started to change, it's like, yeah, my boyfriend at the time was also in that same lifestyle. You understand? And even at that point, I mean, I don't want to go into details, but at that point, I was dating somebody that was a DJ. So there was a lot of like going out and stuff like that for him, but it wasn't like a relationship that was high vibrational, to make me want to change something about myself or to make me see or realize the things about myself that were not right. Okay, 1 second, guys. So it's time to transfer. So what I do is now, yeah, if they're dragging you down, they have to go. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we grow together or we grow apart. And even with this, again, with the healing and ascension and moving from face to face, with my ex, right? Like, not the ex from this, like, a long time ago that I'm speaking about. It's like, with my ex, it's like there was a need for me to leave him behind, for me to leave the relationship because there was no growth. You understand? There was no growth. Even though I was already doing the healing work, I wasn't even seeing, the things about me that, and I was now beginning, it was like I was going through another awakening. And by going through that other awakening that he wasn't going through, was like, okay, somebody that I would have obviously considered to be on the same vibrational level with me. 4444 on the timer. Not on the timer, I mean 44 people in the chat and 44 likes. But it wasn't, right? So it's like, as you ascend, you will definitely need to leave people behind if they are not healing or growing. I have no idea where my lighter is right now, so I'll have to use this. But what is that in the container? Sean, you must be joining the live just now. It's a herb mix for products. This one is specifically intended for self-love. So just breaking down and adding essential oils to finish making the bath salts and oils. So these are herbs, you know, a lot of different herbs actually. Yeah, a lot of rose petals, rose buds, um, jasmine flowers, blue butterfly pea, lavender, calendula, mugwort, sage, hibiscus flowers, rosemary, thyme, cloves. Oh, thyme. Thyme is another great, great, great herb to use for things surrounding regrowth. Anything surrounding building strength. Thyme is good. Yes, I am. I'm doing a live. Sorry guys. I had a call come through again. I'm sorry, I had a call come through and I had to leave to go and take it. Yeah. All right. I don't know if we're back, but yeah. Guys, is it still on loop or is it back? Hi guys. I don't know if you guys can. Okay, so I think I got to the point of where I was saying about what do you call it? Having to leave the environment and the people that influence the toxic nature, or like that influence or encourage the things that are karmic in your life, right? Because a lot of times when you look at why we continue certain loops or continue certain cycles, it's always the attachment that comes with those cycles. Yeah, it's always the attachment that comes with those cycles, right? And when you look at the attachment that comes with those cycles, it's like when you are able to remove yourself away from those attachments or release those attachments, you get closer to what? You get closer to basically like finding yourself, because you go through this like episode of, like when you go through that awakening and you go through this episode of wondering who you are because it looks like your whole world is a lie, and it's like everything looks so unfamiliar, you even feel unfamiliar to yourself. This is because it's like the energies around us, the people in our lives, the environment, because those things have become a part of the karmic cycle, I guess. There's a need to release those things. I need to get some water. It's 15:15:15. If I saw it right. Like 1 hour 51 minutes 15 seconds. Mm. Star Flame, please, are we live? Like, I don't know if we're. All right. So, oh, okay, okay, okay. Hello, Star. Yeah. So, yes, it's back. Yes, it's back. So, in exiting the karmic matrix, right? Like I was saying, the first thing is self love, but the second most important thing is what? Releasing yourself from the old places, the old thinking, the old people, the old environment. And I feel like once you do that, I feel like once you do that, you really begin to find yourself. Because the awakening and the self love period is really like getting to know yourself, right? Getting to understand yourself, getting to really see yourself who you truly are. But that second part where you release and basically detach from the old environment and things that enable those karmic loops is when you really, really is when you really, really like begin to find yourself, begin to understand who you truly are. Because again, I'll give myself as an example because really I'm my own example. In everything that I do, I am my own example, honestly. Um, when I was going through my awakening, there was a period where I got stuck, right? I got stuck in where I was, the environment I was in, okay? And just yesterday, I was thinking about it, and I became a totally different person. Even though I looked like I was just in my own personality and everything, it wasn't my true nature. I was just really operating from this space of how the people around me were influencing me, how the people around me were expecting me to be, right? And then I remember there was this time when I was doing something that I was actually quite passionate about. And this had to do with something in media. And one of those people saw me do it and came at me saying, instead of me to be using my time for important things, I'm using my time for useless things like, you know, creating content and doing this and that. And because they had an influence on me then, I felt so bad. And guess what? I never continued it. From that day on, I think I did like only two more and just decided, nah, I'm wasting my time. But years down the line, like years later, I was like, you know what? That was a very bad decision on my part to leave what I was doing, because it was something I was very passionate about. It was something that was really on my heart to do. So again, with the right people around, like especially now, the energy I'm in, and even though I'm not around a lot of people, I guess some of the people that I would say I'm connecting with, just the energy of that support, right, can only be received from people that are also doing the healing work. People that are refusing to do the work and are sticking to their karmic nature cannot. All right, guys. So this is the part where I take the first batch and I make some what do you call it? The bath salt. Okay. So I have already cleansed this. You know, these lives are getting more interesting by the day. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I just guess, I don't know. And I'm tired of having to like just like filter myself. Like, I feel like I'm so ready to live. I'm ready to live like so unapologetically, like not feeling the need to like filter myself or how I want to express myself for how others might feel, you know, or what they'll think of me. I guess especially also because anyway, so now I add the salt. So these are sea salt. Like this is sea salt. This is pure sea salt, right? Sea salt. Sea salt. Sea salt. I know somebody was saying before at some point like how sea salt are like very, you know, like sea salt yeah, sea salts are very, very healing. Sea salts are very powerful for healing, for cleansing, for protection, for warding off negative energies, for renewal. Sea salts are great, 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 great. So I mix very coarse sea salt with the very, not very grounded, but like just like a bit, like, you know, a bit more fine than the coarse one. Yes, authentically. And you know, being in Ghana, you would think that people would be more into working with nature and people would be more receptive to what I do. But I get a lot of backlash, you know, I get a lot of criticism and backlash for my work and what I do. Like, people always want to address me like I'm some kind of like, oh, you know, it's witchcraft and it's this and it's that. But yeah. Okay, so salt, and then now we're going to put, let's put on the bottom, on the top. I don't know why. Just scoop and put this here. So I'm just going to put a bit more here. Okay. So now I'm going to mix the bath salts. Okay. Anyway, so this particular product, again, like I was saying, self-love, and it's been, self-love has been like one of the main things on my agenda, or like on my, yeah, in my focus, like since I guess went through my awakening, you know, and it took me quite a while to get here. Again, I think I said at some point in the reading that, I think I want to move this to the other side. I said at some point, sorry, not in the reading, I said at some point in the life that confidence is different from self-love. Somebody can operate from confidence. It doesn't mean they love themselves, right? So I used to be that kind where I used to be very confident, but it wasn't from self-love. Like my confidence wasn't because I was so in love with myself. My confidence was just from the fact that I thought I had the things that should make me feel comfortable. And at that time, all those things were superficial things. All those things were just superficial things, right? And so, because they were superficial things, I was having to use superficial means to get to them. You understand? You know, I used to be all about it. You know, the clothes, the hair. And another thing that really changed in my journey, like really, like, I don't know, I guess elevated my energy was when I stopped wearing weaves. When I stopped wearing weaves, when I started to embrace my natural short hair, I don't know, it was a big game changer for me, because I think that was like a big statement that I was feeling beautiful within myself, like in my own energy, that I was in love with myself. So I don't know, you know, we use a lot of things to mask and hide what we truly feel inside. And I guess with guys, sometimes it's, you know, the career, the toys, the peer admiration, and stuff like that. Whereas with women, I guess sometimes it's just like, you know, beauty and fulfillment and joy, just like being in this energy that we feel we should be in, you know. And unfortunately, there's so many things like that are really the things that we need, or the things that we want, that we don't give to ourselves, because we don't see that as things that make us more of ourselves. Again, the self-love, the self-love, the I also look at wigs and weave blocking the crown chakra and connection. Yeah, yes. You know, when, yeah, 100%. The weaves, I don't know, but the weaves, I know a lot of my sisters wear weaves, so, you know, but you understand what I'm saying. The weaves, it does block your crown chakra. You know, it stops you from being able to like receive directly from source. It kind of scrambles the, what do you call it? And even with like bushy hair and afro hair and dreadlocks, you have to be cleansing your dreadlocks. You have to be cleansing your dreadlocks. Otherwise, it becomes stagnant with negative energies. Like, you have to be cleansing your dreadlocks. You have to be either smudging it, or like, I don't know, doing like a cleansing tea, like doing like a tea to cleanse it or something like that. You know, like I used to have dreadlocks, and when I cut my hair, I cut it, when I cut my dreadlocks, I cut it because I had reached a certain point, and I remember at the time it was me and my ex, and we were living together then. And one day I just looked at myself in the mirror, and it just did not look like me. It wasn't about the hair, it was just, and I felt like, how did I miss everything? Like, how did I get to the point of not hearing myself or my higher self? How did I not get to the point of not hearing the divine? And in that moment, I decided I was going to cut my hair, because I felt like how I felt in my mind or in my heart, I wasn't getting that coming through from the divine. And I knew that was wrong. That was when I knew there was something up, and the hair had to go, you know. So yeah. Mm. Um, Divine nine nine Ether Healer. Hi, the Seraphim Speaks podcast. Hello. It's the materials or person it came from. It lowers the vibration and frequency of your aura. From what I study in healing, due to certain culture practices of the hair producers, it showed. Yes, that's so true. Yes, 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 yes. So true. So true. Like in India, there's a culture where women who have lost their husbands shave their hair, and they can, they can choose to go and shave it with people that sell the hair so they can get some money, right? So basically they end up emotionally having to go and shave their hair, and then they get some money for it, and then some go to shave it because they need the money, so I've seen a documentary of something similar in India, where some of these women were actually crying whilst they were shaving their hair, you know and it was, yeah, they didn't want to part. For them, that's part of their pride, especially Indian women, right? Their hair, you know so, and these women were crying whilst they were shaving it. So yeah, that's definitely not going to sit well, literally sit well with the person that's getting that hair. 100%. Yeah. And yeah, like, I know I didn't mention this on the channel. Uh, a few weeks ago, almost a month ago, I lost my grandmother, and so I went to her village for the burial. And during the last Sunday of the burial rites, the last rite, which was done in the village, like in a traditional way or traditional setting, they had to shave the hair of the children and the grandchildren. And I was the eldest grandchild, and the only female grandchild there also. And my mom is not alive. So, I was like, yeah, my mom would definitely have done it for her mother if she was here. It's not a right I understand fully, but we do it in my grandmother's village. It is done as a way of giving a precious gift to the dearly departed, something like that, because we value our hair. And so your girl got her hair shaved. I got my hair shaved. Like my auntie was like, no, like don't shave your hair. Just, you can pay them, and then they just scrape some from the bottom. But that's a corruption in the practice. You understand? And I was like, well, that's my grandmother. I'll do it. So I got my hair shaved the old way, the traditional way, like sat in the middle of our elders and like my aunties and my grandmother's family, and they shaved my hair with a razor. They shaved all of it, like they shaved my hair, like, and I'm an egghead, so, but like they shaved my hair. But now it's grown back a bit, so yeah, I mean, and in the end I actually loved it. So yeah. Okay. So I am going to start to bag these. And get ready to, sign off. I feel like this topic about leaving the matrix is something that I would definitely come back on to speak on again with more insight. Um, and I don't know, with a different visual. I'll have to figure out what else I can do during that time, because again, this I feel like is just like a Q&A, and also because I want to try a lot of new things with you guys. To try a lot of new ways that I can deliver these messages, or just, I don't know. And I'm open to some suggestions also. So if you guys think there are things that we can do or that might be interesting, I have a few things planned, but I'm still fine tuning them. So they are not things that I want to, you know, be putting out there yet. But if you guys want to, I do like the weekly insights. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, me too. Okay. So that's something that we can do. Yeah, yeah, I can do that. Thank you, Star. Oh yeah, so I'm just like using the Palo Santo to, first cleanse out the packages before, I put the bath salt in them. So like I'm just like, I don't know if you guys can see. Just using the Palo Santo to like cleanse it. Nothing unusual going on here. I am Goddess. Blessed Rising Goddess. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. So, I announced in the last live from Trinidad. Hello. Oh, is that you with the what is the name of your channel, or what's the name of the what is your Goddess, what's your YouTube handle, please? Shout outs to Trinidad. I think I've seen, yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Star. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Sleep well. Thank you so much for the energy. Love you. I was hoping that you would catch one of these baths, but I think you can still catch one. You are my you, I guess you receive forever favor from me for doing me such a beautiful favor. So there's definitely one saved for you. Have a good day. So I announced in the last live that I will be giving out 3 of the baths to anyone that is interested. So, but if you don't know already, I am in Accra, Ghana. So a lot of people keep asking if I'm in the States. I'm not in the States. I'm in Accra, Ghana. So if you're in Accra and you come on to say you would like a bath, you can just put in bath in the comments and I will let you know how you can receive one. However, if you would like one of the bath but you are outside of Ghana but you don't mind the means of receiving it, then you can still put it in for bath and you will get one. All right. I am Goddess. To tell you, I don't know. I think you just have to like tap on your on your profile thing, like your profile image, and that should lead you to your channel. So as I bag these, I am going to use it to close out the reading. So I'm just going to bag a few. Sorry, not close out the reading, close out the live. I'm just going to bag a few and then close out the live. But take us from everything that we discussed to release yourself from the karmic matrix. First things first, first and foremost is self-love. Up your self-love game. Up your self-love game. When you start to really truly love and embrace yourself, you're going to see all the things that are karmic in nature that needs to be released, the things that you need to change. And then eventually the next thing is releasing yourself from all the things. 1111, free Ankh. Mine is the next is basically what? Removing yourself from the environment that influence those toxic habits. Removing yourself from the various environments, detaching from the various people and things or whatever it is that influences you to go back to these energies. And again, just being resilient throughout and strong throughout, and just knowing that in the end it gets better for you in the end. You understand? Even though the healing journey itself might be painful, you get better from it. In the end, you receive better things. In the end, just like I was saying, like, my life is a testimony, and one day I will do a story time with you guys and really share with you some of the stories of how my life is truly a testimony. Because to even be alive today in one piece, full and whole, and like breathing and not sick, and just to be able to do what I do, and to be able to hold space for others, and to continuously want to heal, I know it's the work of God. It's definitely the work of God. So, thank you guys so much for joining me on today's live to speak on this, because it's really been coming at me. I wanted to speak on it, and also to encourage anybody that feels like they are in a karmic energy to just start with loving yourself. Start with loving yourself. And again, just because you've gone through it, I am goddess, that looks good. Thank you so much. Just because, thank you. So basically, this is it. You guys saw from how it was made, but this has been 21 days in preparation. 21 days, like, yeah. And now, I guess 21, 3. So yeah, like 25 days in total, 24 days in total, sorry. But yeah, finally done. And yeah, so again, with the karmic nature, it's like, it's just allow yourself to always go back to self, right? And again, like I was saying, it's not even like because we're doing the healing work, all of a sudden, it's all good, it's all that, everything is good. It's not like that. Even as you're healing, even as you ascend, even as you awaken, you still go through different phases of unlearning and relearning, releasing, and just healing. Even with the self-love work, there are times when I'm doubting myself. There are times when I'm wondering about myself. There are times when I'm facing imposter syndrome, right? It doesn't make me less of who I am. As long as I remember and identify or recognize what it is and pull myself back, it's like, wait, hold on. That's an imposter syndrome because of maybe how I used to be in the past, because of my karmic past. So it's like there's always going to be that constant needing to refine yourself, the constant need to realign yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, because again, the healing work never stops. The healing work never stops. So, as always, Thank you guys for joining me on this live. And thank you for the energy exchange, Tiffy. And I will catch you on the next live, which I'm not sure when it's going to be, but it will be random again. I love you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me go ahead and put blue heart in the chat. Blue heart in the chat because I love you guys so much. And to my brothers and sisters out there on the other side, it's like, yeah, thank you guys. You guys like stuck through this live, and I know it's like it's way past your bedtime. So thank you. Yeah. Speak to you guys later. Oh, me and my chair. All right.